Hi everyone, in this video we'll take a look at how we can prevent users in an organization from sharing sensitive information that they work with to external recipients by email. In this scenario, we'll use the Ghana card as an example. The Ghana card contains personal data about people and it's linked to other critical records like bank details, national health insurance, and the social security number. Recently, the Bank of Ghana and the National Identification Authority issued a directive restricting banks from making photocopies of the Ghana card. This could probably be linked to the fact that a compromise in the integrity of the Ghana card can have a significant level of impact on other transactions. Organizations that process or store details of the Ghana card should put in place adequate measures to protect its integrity. And Microsoft Purview provides a feature known as a sensitive information type, which allows information security administrators to configure a pattern which can be used to detect sensitive information like the details in the Ghana card. The Ghana card number usually follows a format which includes a prefix of GHA followed by a hyphen, 9 digits, another hyphen, and the final digit. And the sensitive information type feature allows the information security administrator to configure a pattern which is able to detect this format. And once this is configured, a data loss prevention policy can then be defined to detect and block emails that contain sensitive information like the Ghana card number. So in this video, we'll briefly look at how we can use Purview to configure the sensitive information type to detect the Ghana card number in the Microsoft 365 environment. So let's get started. To access the Purview portal, you first need a requisite subscription, which could be a free tier or the E5 license. And you'd access the Purview portal by typing purview.microsoft.com, and that will bring you to the home page. And on the home page, you'd want to locate solutions, and you'd want to scroll down until you find information protection, and then you'd click on information protection. Within the information protection solution, you'd see a number of features including overview, report, recommendations, sensitivity labels, policies, classifiers, explorers, and diagnostics. You'd want to expand the classifiers feature. And in here, you'd want to choose sensitive information types. Within this window, it explains what sensitive info types are. So it says that sensitive information types here are available to use in your security and compliance policies. These include a large collection of types we provide spanning regions around the globe, as well as any custom types you have created. So in here, you'd find a number of pre-built sensitive information types. They may include formats for passport numbers, driver's license, and bank account numbers. And you can sort them by names, supported platforms, types, and many more. For example, we see here a format for Australian passport numbers. And the details for this sensitive information type includes the confidence level, the creator, the patterns used to create this sensitive information type, which includes the regular expression, the character proximity, and supporting elements, which in this case was a keyword list. But in our case, we wouldn't have the Ghana card SIT in here, so we would have to create a custom sensitive information type. So to do that, we'll click on Create Sensitive Information Type. And in here, the first thing we need to do is to give the sensitive information type a name and a description. So let's type Ghana card. And in the description, let's type detects details of the Ghana card. And let's click on Next. On this window, we have to define a pattern for the sensitive information type. And you can create a minimum of one pattern. You can also create multiple patterns. In our case, we would create 2 patterns. The first one would include a regular expression with supporting elements. And in the first pattern, the supporting elements would include a keyword list. And in this keyword list would include words that are common on a Ghana card. And in this scenario, the sensitive information type would detect Ghana card numbers if it has both the regular expression and the supporting element. So for example, if a user enters a pattern which matches the Ghana card number, in addition to keywords such as Accra, Ghana, first name, surname, place of issue, the sensitive information type will flag this. However, we would also want to create a second pattern, which would just be the Ghana card number. So in this case, the sensitive information type will flag any set of characters that meets the given pattern. So to do this, let's click on Create Pattern. And in here, you can see that it says that at a minimum, a pattern should have a confidence level and a primary element to detect. Adding supporting elements, character proximity, and additional checks will help increase the accuracy. So in other words, confidence and primary elements are non-negotiable. You should set those two things. So in terms of confidence level, the more conditions you configure, the higher the confidence level. So for our first pattern, we can set it to high confidence because we'll be including supporting elements and character proximity. So for the primary elements, let's click on add primary element, and we have 4 options. We'll use the regular expression. The regular expression would allow us to configure a pattern which matches the Ghana card format. So let's choose the regular expression. So again, you have to set a name for the regular expression. So let's say Ghana card. And the next thing we'd include is the regular expression statement. So in the text box, we'll type GHA followed by a slash, and then we'll bring a hyphen followed by a slash, and then we'll type D, and then we'll bring a cursive bracket. We'll type 9. We'll close the cursive bracket. We'll bring another slash. We'll bring a hyphen. We'll bring another slash, and then we'll type D. So based on our regular expression, the first 3 letters are a literal match, meaning that the pattern should always have GHA, and then it should be followed by another literal match, which is the hyphen, and then it should be followed by a digit class, which is from 0 to 9. So that's what the slash D stands for. And then we have 9 in cursive brackets, which means that it should match the preceding item 9 times. So in other words, there should be 9 digits. The next term is the hyphen after the 9 digits. And then we have the final digit. To learn more about regular expression, you can go to regex101.com to validate and test your regular expression patterns. So from here, you click on Done. The next thing we would want to configure is the supporting element. So you click on Add Supporting Elements, and we'll choose a keyword list. And again, you'd have to give the keyword list a name. So let's type Ghana card. And then we have 2 groups we can set for case insensitive and case sensitive. So in our case, let's just use the case insensitive. And it says that we should enter every keyword on a separate line. Also, each keyword is limited to 50 characters. So some of the common words you see on a Ghana card include name. You may also see it as first name. We can also have surnames on Ghana cards. It could also be last name as suggested. We can also find document number on Ghana cards. It could also be personal ID. We could also find date of birth. We could also find place of issue, or we could actually see the location itself or the place of issue, which is normally Accra. It could also be another region. Let's add one more region. So let's say Kumasi. And let's click on Done. Another thing we may want to set is the character proximity. That's how close the primary and supporting elements are. And because the Ghana card doesn't have so many characters, we can set it anywhere in the document. If you want your results to be more accurate, you may want to set a defined number of characters between the primary element and the supporting element. So after that, we can now click on Create. So at this point, let's create a second pattern which will just have the regular expression. So let's go to Create Pattern, and let's set the primary element. So again, we'll just choose regular expression. We'll give it a name. And then we'll enter the regular expression. We already have it, so we just choose that. And then click on Done. In this scenario, we wouldn't include any supporting elements, so the confidence level can be reduced to low. And then we can click on Create. So now that we have 2 patterns, we can click on Next. And on this window, you can click on Next. And you can review your configurations, and then if you're satisfied, you can click on Create. And once your sensitive information type is created, you can now click on Done. So from the sensitive information types window, you'd want to search for your newly created sensitive information type. So let's type Ghana card, and let's click on Enter. So you'd find your sensitive information type here. So let's click on it. In here, you can see the details, including the description, the confidence level, and the patterns used. At this point, we would want to test to see if the sensitive information type can detect the Ghana card number. So what we'll do is click on Test. And in here, we'd have to upload a file that contains Ghana card numbers and similar supporting elements like we defined. So I've created an Excel file with dummy data to match the patterns that we defined. So in here, you see some of the supporting elements like name, document number, place of issue, Accra, Kumasi, and the primary element, which is the Ghana card number, which includes the prefix of GHA, followed by a hyphen, 9 digits, another hyphen, and the final digit. So let's upload this file and find out if it can detect the Ghana card numbers. So let's click on Upload File and navigate to the test file. So now that the test file is uploaded, let's click on Test. So as you can see, the test has returned positive matches together with supporting elements. So you can see 5 unique matches as low, 5 as medium, and 5 as high. So from this test, we can confidently establish that the sensitive information type has been correctly configured. So we can now click on Finish. So now that we've configured the sensitive information type for the Ghana card, our next step would be to define a data loss prevention policy that would block users from sending emails that contain the Ghana card number. And we'll configure this in our next video. Please do well to like this video and subscribe to our channel to be alerted when the next walkthrough is released. Thank you for watching.